So this presentation is about opening up to the potential unforeseen that you may not be aware of in today's market in the Pilates industry. The one thing that is clear is that something has changed. Right now in the industry, things are changing. And sorry to say it this way, but some new fish are jumping in the pond and they're having a great deal of fun doing Pilates in brand new studios that are so well marketed, that are so well branded, with, I would say, minimal education, but it works. And for the first time, competence and excellence does not sell anymore. Something else does. And we have to be aware of that. And those new fish are literally the smartest fish out there because they have understood that there is a market gap in our industry, and they made Pilates fun, sexy, trendy, and fashionable again. Something we have not been able to do, being overly rigid, overly proper, overly correct, overly deep. I'm not saying we should not do that. I'm just saying that there was a gap in the market, and those young teachers who have the minimal education but enough to be okay have literally taken a big part of the cake. And unless we understand where we are situated now with our competence or with our brand or with who we are or what we want to show up as, we might get lost in what we call the current noise. So please know that the game has changed. The rules of the game has changed in Pilates. I don't know how long it's going to last, but we're probably in for that for at least 2 to 5 years. Any trend lasts 2 to 5 years. I'm going to stop empowering you with knowledge. I'm going to have to start empowering you with actions. So unless we take actions now, we are going to fall back and we're going to blend in the noise. And we're going to go under in the noise. And this is not what I want for you. But for some people, you might need to stay in the back. You might need to go over things again and just ask me questions when you have them, and I'm there available for you to answer them. But those who want to truly make a change in their business and have a perspective on longevity as a business owner, you need to start taking actions. And any entrepreneurship that scales beyond, I would say, a certain amount of money needs a team. I know that I can get you easily to 100 or 200,000 income a year on your own, implementing the formulas. All the formulas on the content, you have it in the inner circle. We've covered it for 2 years. We've done the big chunks the first year, and then we went more clear and more precise, going over the most important parts of the first year in a more condensed version with taking actions, at least putting them on paper. Now, I don't know if you've done them or if you haven't done them, but it's in your paper. You have it ready. Now, a year later, fast forward, things may have changed. You may want to have to go over this again. But the goal is really that you understanding that you have to constantly anticipate, constantly be in action. And the minimum of action is you do 1 thing per month. The maximum will be 3 things. So light commitment is 1 action. Medium commitment is 2 action. High commitment is, or full commitment is 3 actions. Every month, we're going to move 3 actions at a time. If you do not have some sort of a voice, whatever that voice is you choose to have, you will become invisible. And if you become invisible, no one will be able to find you. Today, people need to be able to find you. Or you try to find your clients. Or if you're an established teacher, you may want to, I say it, do a spring cleaning and make sure you keep the clients that are most aligned with your values and where you are heading. And you find maybe a solution with someone else if this is not the case anymore. And you need to prepare your clients for that if you are making a spring clean. Because the world your clients are living in right now is overwhelming, is disconnecting, is fearful, it's exhausting, and it's more than ever uncertain. People are facing constantly the fact that they're overwhelmed, disconnected, fearful, exhausted, and uncertain about themselves, about the world, about their job. And this is truly the clients we are facing 80 to 90% of your week. And more than ever, we are spring here in Europe right now. The clients who've come to us this whole last month are so highly nervous, so highly strong, so insecure, and so retracting because there is something in the air, something is changing. And we know that the majority of people are afraid of change. When it is the one thing that you can be certain of, everything in life changes. Nothing doesn't change. Nothing stays the same. So this is the only real certainty we have, and yet we are fighting against it. We are trying to freeze about it. And this is the part where you need to help your clients. Because unless you become the place where you are clear and absolutely sure of the values you stand for, people will not feel safe. People will not find that certainty in your studio, in with you, and they will not have that connection where they can just leave their things and their guards down and just be themselves and become even more than what they are today. And this is the part I think it's very important that you don't misunderstand. This was not the case 2 years ago, but it really is now more than ever. We have never had so many changes in schedules and cancellations. And I mean, we play Tetris all day with clients and with group classes, filling, unfilling. I mean, it is exhausting. And we can see there is a massive shift, at least in Europe there is for sure. And I'm sure it's somewhere else in the world, it must not be that different. How many clients can you take? You can take maybe 15 to 20 clients or 25 clients. You really only need 25 clients to do really well, really well. And anything on top of that can be scalable. But if you have 25 clients who come once a week or come twice a week, you are working 25 to 50 hours. That's a lot of income with clients who really like you and you really like them. And this is a partnership for life. This is longevity business. And this is where we need to head. Not thousands of followers, thousands of likes to feel important. Because that's the weakness, in a sense. That's the weakness and at the same time the strength of all these new studios, because they do it to be significant. They do it to feel important. But everybody needs to be important at one stage in their lives, at one stage in their day. So all we need to do is to make sure we acknowledge the people we have. We give them certainty, confidence. We give them connection. We give them real meaning. And we contribute to their well-being on a continuous basis. And you have them in your pocket. And they have you in their pocket. They are sure that you're always going to be there to help them be their best.